Nintendo is shutting down the 3DS and Wii U online shops, which house a great number of games of various eras that are not available to purchase anywhere else. Nintendo had an FAQ up for a period of time in which they deleted parts of it after they got out on the World Wide Web, and everyone was like fucking screaming at them. So there's an FAQ that went up where but these were questions they were asking and answering themselves, and so they were going over it. So this is the one that everyone focused in on because everyone's wondering, well, if you're not going to let me continue to buy these games or have these games available, do you have plans? Are you going to put them on the Switch? Are you going to put them up, somewhere else to be purchasable? So this was their answer to that. So in the FAQ, this is the question here. Once it is no longer possible to purchase software in Nintendo eShop on Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS family of systems, many classic games for past platforms will cease to be available for purchase anywhere. Will you make classic games available to own in some other way? If not, then why? Doesn't Nintendo have an obligation to preserve its classic games by continually making them available for purchase? This is a question this was not a person that asked this. This is an internal Nintendo setup thing. They themselves posted that shit. That's some snarky shit to begin with. The follow-up answer to said question. Across our Nintendo Switch Online membership plans, over 130 classic games are currently available in growing libraries for various legacy systems. The games are often enhanced with new features such as online play. We think this is an effective way to make classic content easily available to a broad range of players. Within these libraries, new and longtime players can not only find games they remember or have heard about, but other fun games they might not have thought to seek out otherwise. We currently have no plans to offer classic content in other ways. So basically, according to them, having the content available on the platforms in the first place is not an effective way to distribute said games, which is already a fucking stupid statement to make. What this really boils down to is what Nintendo have been shifting towards that I've called the Nintendo Vault. It's like the Disney Vault for Nintendo, where they take all of their shit off of platforms, and they've done this in the past. I think one of the best examples, or one of the is Donkey Kong. I think it was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, where they pulled it off when they were going to put it on the Switch. I think it was the Switch. They pulled it off of the shop for the Wii U entirely, so you couldn't buy it anymore. So that the only place you could buy it was on the Switch, where it cost full price instead of the lower price that it was on the Wii U. So they're in the business, as we've seen multiple times, of reselling their old games at full price with almost no changes whatsoever. It's the Nintendo way. And people do it because the Nintendo fans blow Nintendo all the time. Nintendo could literally kill their dog, and they'll be like, yes, Nintendo, please, more.
He deserved it.
He deserved it. You did the right thing. Thank you for killing my dog, Nintendo. It's not actually something that Nintendo has done, just full disclosure. They're very litigious, Mr. Black. Gotta be careful around these parts. But Nintendo, certainly one for putting shit in the vault. And this is what they're saying. They're saying, look, we have this online service. We know that our online service sucks massive dick, and nobody should probably spend money on it. So we're looking for ways to make it even remotely appetizing for people to spend money on our online service. One of these solutions to this is to put a bunch of shit that doesn't need to be in a vault and periodically bring a couple of them out that we can update our service on every month, so we can slow trickle this bitch to make it look like we're constantly updating these games, even though half of them are broken when we put them on the online emulated service, and continue to have people pay for them in perpetuity. It's the new Nintendo way. And so that's basically what they're saying. So they deleted this question off the Q&A, by the way, after it had been picked up and started circulating. So whether that was an employee internal that was just tired of even their own employer's bullshit and put that question in to stir shit up, or what, or they just didn't want to have it continuously circulating as it did, although it's the internet, and I don't know if anyone's figured this out yet, but shit doesn't tend to just go away on the internet. It's gone. And so are all those games. very soon. The upside here, the only real upside, and it's not an upside so much as just a nicety, is that for those who have already purchased these games, they will remain, for the time being, re-downloadable. So if you have them off the system and you want to go back and download the ones you've already purchased, that will continue to be the case for what Nintendo called the foreseeable future, which means at some random date, we're just going to stop that shit.
Well, what they're doing right now is they're saying, hey guys, go to the store and buy all the shit right now because it's eventually going. We don't know when, but
What's
just
happening?
FOMO your way over there right now and buy all of the things because it's going. Nintendo knows what it's doing.
Into the vault with you. So there you go. It's just a shitty thing. Am I somebody that's like beat up about it because because I'm not in that category. I don't play games on those platforms. But you know what? We know statistically a shitload of people are playing those games on those platforms. So and continuing to buy stuff through them. So it is a bit shitty, but it's also Nintendo. It's not fucking shocking. Life will move on. People will forget. They'll do another direct, and then the whole fucking internet will be sucking its dick all over again. You know, that's what, how Call of Duty releases its games is how Nintendo times its directs. You'll notice that there will be horrible Nintendo news, usually something where they're suing some individual, some fucking singular person, into the dirt, and then Nintendo Direct is announced. And then everyone's like, oh my god, Nintendo Direct, oh god, are we gonna finally see Breath of the Wild 2? Holy shit, is this gonna fucking happen? What about fucking Mother 4? Oh my god. Direct happens. Everyone gets over the Direct. Immediately on the other side of the Direct, more bad news. Partially mitigated by the fact that the Direct had just happened and all the positive shit is being talked about the Direct. And then another Direct happens after that, and so they just put their shitty releases on every side of the Directs. And so they're making it happen. They know what they're doing. Don't buy into it. For God's sake.